Hi everyone, I'm Flygon HG, and normally I do hardcore Nuzlocks, but today in this video, Aaron, Cybertron, Zheng, and I built a VGC team featuring Flygon. If you don't know who Aaron Zheng is, he's an incredible competitive Pokemon player. He won back-to-back national titles in 2011 and 2012, and he continues to consistently perform at the world level every year. He also creates some of my favorite content on YouTube. It's called Road to Ranked, where he uses VGC teams to climb the online competitive ladder in Sword and Shield. Seriously, I watch every single one of this guy's videos. He's a master at explaining the ins and outs of VGC, and he's just an all-around great and entertaining guy. So if you have even the slightest interest in VGC, I would definitely recommend checking out his channel after this video. It's linked in the description below, and he'll be featuring some battles on his channel with this team as well. So yeah, it was a huge honor to get to build a team with Aaron. I'm going to break down the team that we built briefly here before jumping into the games, but if you want to just check out the games and see Flygon in action, you can skip to the appropriate timestamps down below. And you can also use the rental code that's on the screen right now if you want to try out the team yourself. So the first thing I'll say is that it's not the best team in the world. I think we built this team in about 30 minutes. The main goal was to just build a team, hopefully bring Flygon to at least one game that we win, and have some fun doing it. And I really think that especially that last one, we did that. So the first thing we obviously have to talk about is Flygon. The thing about Flygon, as much as I love Flygon, not exactly the strongest Pokemon, especially in a format with legendaries. Flygon just really lacks that extra oomph. So we actually decided to go with the supportive angle. As you can see, the Flygon that we have on the team here has a choice scarf. And the primary thing that it's going to be doing is it's going to be using Bulldoze to activate the weakness policy on one of our restricted, Solgaleo. Solgaleo's ability, Full Metal Body, prevents the Bulldoze from lowering its speed, but it also activates the weakness policy, which immediately gives it a +2 attack and +2 special attack, while also lowering the speed of the opposing Pokemon. So that was sort of the kind of main idea that we were going with into this Flygon and Solgaleo. The rest of Flygon's movesets are kind of more situational. We've got Breaking Swipe, which can lower the attack stat. I don't know if we ever come up with a good way to use that in any of our battles, but it's there. Crunch is predominantly to get rid of Calyrex Shadow Rider, which we actually outspeed with the Choice Scarf. We also outspeed Zacian, and Bulldoze does decent damage there. And then we also have Stone Edge there. If you want, you can use it as a last-ditch effort to kind of take care of any Charizards, which are really common in the format. So the other restricted that we went with, this is obviously a 2 restricteds per team format, is Kyogre. And Kyogre's main job is just to do dummy amounts of damage with Choice Specs Water Spout. Like, there's not much there to it. It takes advantage of Tailwind, which we have on Whimsicott, which I'll talk about in a second. And it's really just good for late game damage after Solgaleo has kind of done as much damage as it can. The primary Dynamax target on this team is going to be Solgaleo. I think we Dynamax Solgaleo in every single battle that we used the team in. And so the rest of the team is kind of to just like clean up the scraps that Solgaleo can't take care of. So Whimsicott here has one interesting thing. It does not have a Focus Sash, which is what normally Whimsicotts run. This one has a Lychee Berry, so it activates Solgaleo's weakness policy, but then the Lychee Berry itself also gives Solgaleo another attack boost. So with Whimsicott, you can actually get Solgaleo to +3 pretty much instantly. And then the other thing about this Whimsicott is that we do have Energy Ball instead of Moonblast, because with Energy Ball, we need to take care of the Gastrodon, who kind of walls Solgaleo pretty well. Grimmsnarl is kind of just a standard dual screen support. Grimmsnarl also has Sucker Punch, so there's 3 ways to self-activate the weakness policy on Solgaleo. And generally speaking, you'll lead Solgaleo and Grimmsnarl if you need some added bulk from Light Screen or Reflect. But the last Pokemon that we went with is Celesteela, and this is a max speed, max special attack, Meteor Beam, Power Herb Celesteela. And the general idea here is that Celesteela doesn't really need Dynamax to thrive, and because we wanted to focus on Dynamaxing Solgaleo pretty much every single game, we needed a Pokemon that could provide some good support here and do some good damage even outside of Dynamax. So Celesteela is also immune to the Bulldoze from Flygon or potentially an Earthquake from Solgaleo. It has really good synergy with Kyogre's Drizzle, which covers for the Fire-type weakness, and it's just generally a really good special attacker that can kind of snowball games if the team's not prepared for it. So yeah, I mean, I really am very proud of the team that we built here and how quickly we built it and how well it actually works. We did some games on the ladder before, or on the Showdown ladder before building it in-game. But I'm really excited to show those games. They were a ton of fun, and as I said before, it was just it was crazy getting to do something with Aaron Zheng. So definitely go check him out. He's awesome. And you'll just, even through these videos, you'll see how great of a VGC player he is. So, all right, with that, let's go to the games.
All right, man. Hoping to get some Flygon action here. Hoping to reach Master Ball tier. That would make me super happy. But this team we built is, definitely fun, and I think maximizes what we can get out of Flygon here. So.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Whimsicott, Zacian, Regieleki, Torkoal, Yveltal, Venu. So Yveltal is pretty bad for us, right?
Yes, that's quite scary.
I guess we do have Max Lightning. But I feel like if they don't lead Yveltal, well, we still also have the Torkoal and the Venusaur, so this is tough.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Whimsicott and Solg. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down to try that out. Set up Tailwind early, and then we can pivot in like Kyogre in the back for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then how does Celesteela look here? Pretty good, I guess.
It's solid, yeah. I think it helps us fare against Yveltal a little bit better as well, especially with the power of Meteor Beam.
No Flygon. Okay. He's sitting this one out. It's okay, buddy. We'll get you once.
If there were no Whimsicott on there, and I'd maybe push for Flygon a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I feel the idea to... one, if they don't bring their Whimsicott, we can punish them really heavily by setting up Tailwind, so that in itself is powerful. But... I think the tricky thing with Flygon here is it's mainly, when you can get the Bulldoze combo off, and that mainly works when they don't have Tailwind, and you outspeed them, and when they don't have Flying types.
Yeah.
You can just, slow them down immediately, and then Solgaleo gets a KO onto one of the two Pokemon, while the other doesn't do very much. That's the ideal setup for it.
Yeah. Fingers crossed we get one of those, but we'll see. All right, yeah, so this would have been horrible into Flygon Solg.
Yeah, exactly.
Issue, right, is that this might have foul play. We probably don't one-shot. So I guess what I would do is I would set up Tailwind and Protect to start.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think here, because we're naturally slower already, we could go for kind of a crazy playing, saying, hey, this is kind of a tricky matchup, and just actually go for Fling Max Lightning immediately onto Yveltal. It's really risky because maybe they just click foul play. So it's the debate on whether or not maybe we want to play a little bit safer and, expect them to activate our policy for us.
Yeah. What's the alternative, though, right?
Yeah, I think the Protect Tailwind play here works. We would be matching their Tailwind. There's no guarantee their Yveltal's faster either, but the Flame play would be so sick.
Let's try it. Fortune favors the bold.
Plus, the question here is, would our opponent be willing to, activate policy on Solgaleo, right?
Yeah.
Because if you do, then we could just one-shot you in return.
Right.
They also could be slower on the Yveltal, which is... we're Dynamaxing first here, so let's see.
They might just go for foul play, though. Although, I guess they might not see the Fling coming, so... Oh, they're slower.
Oh, they're slower! Okay.
Okay.
This gets scary, I guess, if they click Tailwind and then Airstream into Whimsicott, which I could see them going for.
Oh, right. Because we're not Sash.
I don't see why they wouldn't Tailwind, so the question is who they would target with Yveltal. You would think Whimsicott here, but... Oh my goodness! Yes!
Let's go!
No,
that's
amazing!
Way, oh my God!
I told you gotta do it for the content. That's our first game, first.
That's just gonna one-shot, right?
Yeah, just end the video. That's it, man. That's it. We got it.
Yeah. Just make it a YouTube short. Thank you, random person who helped us.
Oh, no. It survives?
It doesn't.
Wow.
Wow.
That's actually crazy. That's a +3 Max Lightning.
And Max Flare into Whimsicott. Wow. Okay.
Okay. Set up the sun. Makes sense.
Okay.
So wow, I'm actually shocked the Yveltal survived. That's wild to me.
+3. Okay. Well, it's pretty surprising. So, do you think Yveltal can one-shot Celesteela? We're not super bulky.
Yeah, with Max Flare, definitely.
Oh, right, with Flare, yeah.
Yeah.
What if we do Celesteela, bait the Max Flare by switching in Kyogre?
I like that. I think that's a cool strat. Yep.
And then we kind of just have to kill. I mean, it sucks to waste a max move here, but
I gotta know how much like defense investment that Eviltal has. It's probably Assault Vest, given that no policy activated, no life orb, and they took it super well, and they're slower. So slow AV makes sense here to me.
Yeah. I assume we just want to kill Eviltal, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We can do the classic, hey, you have Whimsicott on the field, we can just ignore it right now.
Yeah.
And play around it. I'm just so sad we didn't KO Eviltal. It looks so good.
Yeah, that's wild.
I'm actually quite shocked to see that, but they must have so much HP investment.
They
didn't
go...
Tailwind! Oh.
Are they Trick Rooming?
Maybe, but... Yeah, what? I'm just even more okay.
Welcome to Ultra Ball tier, Aaron.
Either way, we got to feature the Fling Lychee strat, which I'm pretty happy about.
Yeah. Yeah, they're Trick Rooming.
What? Okay, I don't think that helps them that much, honestly.
Huh.
Unless they just didn't have Tailwind, but I feel like Tailwind's always a more consistent for them there. Like, yeah, you get Torkoal out, but you have no Dynamax. So what's this duo actually going to do against us right now, right?
Yeah, I feel like we can just stay in with both Ice Beam, Whim, and or I mean, honestly, even Origin Pulse, but I guess Ice Beam, Whim, and then Max Quake. Torkoal, yeah.
I think that's fine, yeah. We could also consider switching out Kyogre here, but like, Whimsicott should actually be the slowest Pokemon out in the field. And then we have got the Celesteal in the back, which should beat Zacian. So I'm feeling pretty good. I like the play you called out.
All right. Yeah. I guess the one thing is they might want to reverse their own Trick Room, but whatever. Just do that.
That's a good call out. Yeah. Ooh, it's Eruption. Okay, that's...
Holy cow.
Woo!
Goodness.
Definitely a little bit scary, but we survived. That's what matters. What are their choice specs, honestly?
Wow.
Something reversal here would be pretty big brain on their end right now.
Oh, like Endeavor?
Endeavor, yeah. Okay, we do get the one-hit KO there. This could still be scary, though, because now if they reverse Trick Room here, they're actually in a decent spot.
Oh, yeah.
So the Trick Room made sense just to get Torkoal out, which is really fascinating.
Nope.
But they Gleam. Okay, excellent.
Okay.
Oh, that's so good for us. Nice. You actually found the best play for them, which was Eruption reverse Trick Room, which seems like kind of unintuitive, but I think had they gone for it there, we would be in a much worse position.
Yeah. So now we can just switch out Kyogre, which is what I would do, and then Earthquake.
Yeah, I think that works. I think that's excellent.
All right. Sweet.
And then it'll be a 3v1, and it's a classic, like, okay, everything's low, but Zacian can only knock out one Pokemon at a time, so love that.
Love picking on Zacian.
This game is just crazy. We ran into the super... Because it's like, if we one-shot Eviltal there on turn 1, the game's just over, right?
Yeah.
They don't get a max move off. Whimsicott, we can just switch out on our end. Beautiful, they protect. Excellent.
Nice try, Whims.
You called out so many good things, though, right? Like the main thing being the Whimsicott Trick Room reversal. Like, that's a hard play to find, but I as soon as you mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah, they go for that. Like, that's actually really scary, because then suddenly Zacian can, Sacred Sword everything, but now it's a 3v1.
Yeah. I can't believe that they had Eruption. That's wild. We can just Flash Cannon here. And Earthquake again.
Yep.
That's better, right, than Sunsteel Sprite?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. Them setting up Trick Room was like a little bit awkward for them, but nice, there we go!
All right, let's get to Master Ball.
Of the day.
Road to ranked, here we go.
Flygon in the next one to get us to Master would be the dream come true here.
All right,
let's check it. Yeah, I'm super curious.
So, Magnet.
Yeah, it was
Specs.
I was like, how did you do
sense.
so much?
Okay.
Okay.
AV.
AV Eviltal. Yep.
Yeah.
229 HP, so yeah, it was quite bulky.
Almost max HP, but still, +3. That's wild.
How much, is there any defense? I'm like pulling up Eviltal right now because I don't know off the top of my head.
It looks like a little bit. 115?
Yeah, 229 is almost max HP. Oh, 115 is actually just neutral. So
okay.
It's just, yeah, Eviltal with that much HP can survive. That's crazy to me. I honestly would not have ever expected that.
Yeah, wow. Alright. Okay, well, if we didn't have the Kingdra, then I would say Flygon's pretty good here. It might just be...
what we can do... Yeah, I like an early Tailwind lead. So I think Flygon in the back could actually be interesting. I love that. Yep, Whimsicott Solgaleo. Because it's the idea of if Whimsicott faints, we get Tailwind up, Flygon is Scarfed, and outspeeds everything, including the Kingdra. Then we could Bulldoze, activate Policy, and then go from there.
True. Okay, I like that. And then, I mean, is Kyogre even good here?
It's one of those weird ones where it's like they have a lot of resistances to it, but Specs Kyogre in rain is always strong. There's no true resistance to it.
And Celesteela's like, not great anyways, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's not like if Celesteela were to be able to one-hit KO a little more here, I'd maybe be tempted, but it's not super good into Kyogre or Kingdra, right? Like, you can only Air Slash it at best, so I like these 4.
Let's hope this Kingdra is physical for some reason. That'd be cool.
That is something that players have been using just because so much of this format, like there's Light Screen and Reflect, right? So if you're able to bait your opponent into setting up one of the screens, and then you use like Physical Kingdra to just one-shot Grimmsnarl, now they've set up Light Screen and they spend a turn setting up a screen. That doesn't help them, so that can be useful.
All right, pretty straightforward there. Okay. So, I guess I mean, I think it makes sense to just always Tailwind here. The question is, does it make sense to protect here or just go for max lightning into Kyogre? It's not going to kill, right? But it does stop. I always keep saying Water Pulse. Other one, Spout. Or should we try and do damage to Kingdra so that we can two-shot it after the Bulldoze activation?
You're thinking about it exactly right. I'm trying to think like what the absolute best option here is. I like maxing here. I think lightning into either slot is okay.
Let's go Kingdra. Maybe Kyogre. I mean, Kingdra's pretty frail, and they're not maxing.
Yeah. So the other thing is it could be like supportive Kingdra with Yawn and like Icy Wind, but this is where setting up Electric Terrain is also really valuable for us.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I think I'm okay with this. Yeah, I think like the main thing with the protecting is if we could like guarantee a knockout on Kingdra on turn 2, I think it's worth going for, but then it's like I'm afraid of losing too many Pokemon too quickly where we just don't even get enough value out of our Dynamax, right?
Right.
So they're maxing Kyogre, okay.
Alright. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't expect them to KO the Solgaleo here with a Geyser. And if they fail to KO the Whimsicott, we could actually fling next turn, which is cool.
True, yeah. Oh, what?
Okay.
It's slow?
Yeah, slower than Soul.
Okay.
Well, Tailwind is up, right, actually. So,
yeah, but...
Because I think we're almost maxed.
Wow, nice call, Aaron.
Oh, and this is
pretty
Flygon
amazing.
Time. It's Flygon time.
Let's go.
I never get this animated, but like I have to for Flygon, man. Like we've had such good games. So if I had to guess, it's probably like Focus Sash Kingdra, and so yeah, we outspeed here because Tailwind is up. Okay, and they're Life Orb, cool. Tailwind is up, and the Solgaleo is almost max speed here. So we just outspeed Kingdra, even if they're max speed.
Yeah. So then the question is... Wait, really? Solgaleo's faster than Kingdra? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So the question is... Do we kill Kingdra, or do we kill Kyogre? If Kyogre's Life Orb, it's not AV, so it could have Protect, right? So it probably makes sense to just kill Kingdra. But is Kingdra even that useful if it's support?
It's one of those interesting scenarios where it's like, Yawn is not even that useful here. It could Icy Wind, or just go for a Dragon type attack onto Flygon.
Yeah.
Can you take a look at what they have in the back? Just press the, yeah. So we could probably expect Eternatus as one of the two.
Yeah.
Nothing else is really that good for them, truthfully. Yeah, honestly, given like the support of Kingdra, we could just bulldoze. Then the question is, do we want to max Quake here or max Lightning? I would want to bulldoze and maybe max Quake into Kingdra or Lightning into the Kyogre slot. Those are both viable here.
I feel like we can just kill the Kingdra.
I like that, and I think if Kyogre max guards here, we would win the game off this, honestly. So,
yes,
let's go. It's Flygon time! It's Flygon time. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Good job, Flygon. Good job, buddy.
One thing that's important, right, like with how we built this team is that, like, you can't always lead Flygon, but back Flygon is actually really valuable, and our opponent made it so easy for us because they KO'd Whimsicott on turn 1, too. That was, like, pretty much the ideal turn 1 if you had to ask me. And we get the KO. Oh, feeling good, feeling good. Okay, but we gotta execute this. We gotta make sure it's still a win. But yeah, I think you were talking about whether or not to target Kyogre or Kingdra, and I think because there's Yang Kingdra, it feels way less likely for it to have Protect as well. Like I feel like it wants more supportive attacks. Whereas Kyogre with Life Orb, you're almost always gonna have Max Guard on it, right? And so that's one where it's like even if Kyogre attacked there, we'd honestly still be okay, right? Maybe you KO Flygon, sure, free switching into our Specs Kyogre. And we have Tailwind up as well. Right. So that's okay. Kartana.
I mean, so if something's going to have AV, it's going to be this guy, right? So it's probably safe to just go... I mean, Kyogre did just Protect, so maybe now it makes sense to just bulldoze. Because Kartana can't do much to this either.
Exactly. The best it can do here is either Leaf Blade and Flygon or Sword. Yeah, like it could Swords Dance or Sacred Sword, but none of those are super scary.
All right, so I'm down to just bulldoze again and then kill Kyogre.
Love that.
Presumably with Max Lightning is probably best.
Yeah, I think here it's like, I don't know how bulky it is, because I was thinking maybe the Steel Spike actually gets the KO. Yeah. But I don't want to risk it.
Oh, it definitely does if we crit with bulldoze. Okay, but whatever.
Flygon's like, I get to make an appearance. Let me show you what I can do right now.
Good job, Flygon. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Beautiful. Amazing. Those like first 2 turns could not have played out any better, honestly, in my opinion. Like we got the Tailwind up, we got the Policy Boost. Kyogre only got 1 attack off. Solgaleo is still relatively undamaged. Like it's the dream come true. I don't even know if this KOs. They crit. Nice.
I think the Hail's gonna take him out. Her out.
Which is perfect, though, right? Because it grants us a free switch in now into the Kyogre. We're faster than Kartana with Solgaleo. We got special defense boosts onto it. Kyogre also sets up the rain, so if Eternatus comes out, Flamethrower is not KOing us as well, so it's all amazing. And now with the Bulldoze, Kyogre outspeeds Kartana as well. And it's Landorus, okay? Cool, cool, cool.
And we've still got to turn a Tailwind, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Even without it, it's like a Kyogre Water Spout here. Because Kartana's already slower, like, we're just in such a good spot.
Right, because of Bulldoze.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Oh, Flygon, I'm so happy. Yes, you came out, you put in the work. Just double check the Tailwind, I think you're right.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so we can Water Spout here, and some Steel Spike. Kartana or Lando? Probably Kartana.
I think here I would expect Spec Spout to KO Kartana even if they're Assault Vest, so I would actually target Landorus in case they're Focus Sash.
Ah, okay.
The one thing that could be scary is like Focus Sash Landorus, they protect Kartana. No protects. That should be game over.
Let's go, like, Flygon. Good job, buddy.
It was so nice here. You know, get the boost, make sure we can activate this policy. Now we're just one-shotting things. Specs Water Spout in the rain. We don't care about any Assault Vest here. Goodbye.
Amazing. That was perfect.
I'm so dude, those 2 games were perfect. That's literally like, I could not have scripted it any better, I swear. Holy cow. I am so happy.
All right, and I think I'm going to get to Master Ball with this, hopefully.
You literally can't script it any better, man.
Let's
AV Landorus.
It's AV.
Yeah. Could be White Herb on Kartana. That's an item some players like. Metronome Eternatus, that's cool.
Okay.
Wow.
Focus Sash.
Sash Grim, okay. Oh, it was Mystic Water, interesting. So they did have Protect, actually. It was like, I think like the idea with this is like it's flexible, right? And it's expert belt Cortana. But yeah, with this Kingdra, it's like you're not fully committing to supportive, and you could Dynamax in the right position next to Kyogre, but you could also Yawn is also valid. But max HP, I'm glad we had the bulldoze to make sure we activate the policy, because otherwise this thing could have been annoying.
Yeah, for sure.
That is interesting.
And then expert belt, interesting. Okay, all right, let's do one more. Maybe we'll get to master belt tier with this, hopefully.
Let's see. Those were so good, though. I'm so pleased, man. Like, yes, let's go.
All right, good job, Flygon.
Amazing. Let's see.
All right, let's see how it goes. Ooh.
Shedinja.
So we do have Crunch on Flygon. I'm just saying.
That's true.
But
yeah.
Okay.
Another Eviltal as well, which is always scary.
So it's Comfy Eviltal. It's probably weakness policy. Oh man, this seems awful.
It's scary for sure. Yeah, I'd love to bring Flygon, but this is the only reason to bring it would be like Crunch onto the Shedinja. That's basically it.
Okay. So, what? So we haven't tried Solgaleo Grim. I could see that being okay, but I think that Eviltal Comfy is just gonna destroy. Like, what about Celesteela to try and kill the Comfy quick? I don't know. I'm at a loss.
I like that. I was thinking maybe Grim Celesteela lead here, and then Solgaleo in the back, because Solgaleo here can be pretty solid if we eliminate the Eviltal, right?
Yeah.
We also have to be really careful about Shedinja here is the thing.
Yeah,
so,
we don't have a way to attack him with...
Yeah, there's no max Rockfall here on Solgaleo. So essentially, like, Dynamax Celesteela could be an option here. We do have Sucker Punch on Grim, so that can work. But yeah, I think this is good, so we can lock it in.
Yeah, no Whimsicott. Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Safety Goggles is an item that's decently common on Shedinja these days, but if it's not, like, we could max Rockfall or max Hailstorm with Celesteela and Kyogre, respectively. That would set up the weather, and then that would be really valuable to just one-shot Shedinja through weather. So that's a big question I have here as well. But yeah, this is, sadly, just not the best matchup.
There it is. Okay, so is it better to just immediately set up Light Screen, or to go for a Spirit Break turn 1?
I like Light Screen here, personally, because it's like, it's just guaranteed for the next couple of turns, puts us in a pretty solid spot.
And should I go for the Meteor Beam, or should I Protect to stall out a turn? I mean, I guess it's not going to do much.
Yeah,
or try and kill Comfy.
Tricky. Right. I would expect Comfy to survive Flash Cannon, personally, just because they're normally so bulky. So definitely like Light Screen on Grim. I think like we could Protect with Celesteela. The only downside is that they Airstream Grim, but I'm not even sure they KO even with the policy boost. So I think Protect to just try to stall to turn a Dynamax is always safe.
Yeah.
And then we can go from there.
All right.
And like even if they Airstream Grimmsnarl, okay, so be it. It's not the end of the world. But if we bait out like a Max Darkness on a Celesteela turn 1, that's actually really solid for us. And one thing to note is that Grimmsnarl is actually not a terrible offensive option into this matchup as well, because Spirit Break into Eviltal is actually really valuable.
Yeah.
But the idea of light screening here is maybe they end up targeting Grimmsnarl rather than Celesteela, and if we don't light screen, then I would expect them to definitely KO us. Whereas here with getting light screen up, maybe they don't.
Right. Alright, there's that. It's decent damage.
Yeah. Okay. Got light screen up. Good, good. They do airstrip. Okay, darn. That's fine. Let's see if it one-shots us. Oof, it does.
So,
not sure what the roll is there. That would do it.
Always play around the crit.
Yep.
Ah, dang it. Okay, that makes this tough. So, I mean, I think we have to, well, I don't know. I feel like this thing's just going to sweep us.
We did set up light screen, so I do expect like Solgaleo to take like a Max Darkness, right? And then they would activate our weakness policy. So I think bringing Solgaleo out of here is fine.
Okay.
The scary thing is I don't think Celesteela survives +2 Max Darkness because we don't have any bulk on it, and that's what's really tough here. The crit changes everything because it essentially forces us to switch in something a little bit sooner than we needed to. But
yeah.
That's the slight risk of playing defensively, but I still think it's an okay play, because if they Darkness into Celesteela, we're in a much better position, and if they don't get the crit, we also would be in a good spot.
Okay, so what do you think? Just Meteor Beam or Flash Cannon into Comfy, and then hope that we can max Lightning the Eviltal?
Yeah, here if I were in our opponent's shoes, I'd probably just max Darkness Celesteela, maybe even Ally Switch with Comfy, which is really hard to play around. There's a world in which, like, Dynamax Celesteela is a thing, but we're running out of time, so I like the Meteor Beam, max, and then Lightning. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Ew.
Oh, gosh. If they actually one-shot Celesteela here, I think we lose the game.
Yeah, because
we have no Shedinja answer. Yeah. That crit made things so much tougher. Because, like, but, you know, I guess we could have just said, okay, this is a nightmare matchup. We just go for an attack with Celesteela immediately and go from there. It's one of those where it's like, yeah, it's harder to play safe when, like, the matchup is just kind of rough for you. But we'll see what they Darkness here.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they called it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, welcome to Master Ball tier, I guess.
This was always going to be a tricky matchup because, yeah.
It looks like we might not have even gotten
Eviltal is one of, like, the scariest restricteds for Solgaleo to go up against, because it's like, it's faster if you're max speed, you can foul play and take advantage. Like, if policy gets activated, Eviltal can just foul play you as well. So our options were limited here. So this is one of those games where it's like, maybe we just play really aggressively on turn 1 because we don't have a better option. And, like, Dynamaxing Celesteela last turn, like, maybe we max Rockfall. The thing is, though, Eviltal's so bulky here, even if we Dynamax, like, there's really not much that we could do there, truthfully. Turn 1 would have been the best bet, where it would have been just, like, going for the Meteor Beam immediately and then maxing Celesteela on turn 2. So my main curiosity in this game was the item on Shedinja. Like, was it Focus Ash? Because if not, there was a world in which, like, Celesteela could sweep this game. But it is really difficult to execute, honestly. So, yeah.
That's a bummer.
That's Pokemon, right? Like, our opponent made the right calls back-to-back turns. We ran into a tough matchup and had an opportunity to maybe play a little bit more aggressively on turn 1, but didn't, and they kind of just ran away with the game from there, right? But
yeah,
VGC, especially this format, can be fairly matchup-oriented. I'm just glad we beat one of the 2 Eviltals we went up against. Like, that's good enough for me, honestly. I think with this team, like, we have pretty good answers into a lot of the restricteds, but Eviltal is definitely one of the hardest ones for us to go up against. Whoa!
I have literally no idea what Licky Licky can do. I've never seen that Pokemon in anything ever.
It's been used so like rarely in VGC. The only thing I know about it is its ability. That's it.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. Okay.
Jeez. Okay, so
maybe has explosion is what I'm thinking, because there's like Calyrex Shadow Rider, so you can explode like maybe normal gym. That's my only guess here. That's all I've got.
Okay. So I like either Whimsicott, Solgaleo, Flygon in the back, or Flygon, Solgaleo, Whimsicott in the back.
I like that. I like the first option more, I think, mainly because they have 3 Fake Out users, potentially, in Rillaboom, Raichu, and Blastoise. So double Protect means we guarantee Tailwind on turn 2, and that's already a really good start for us.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And if they just do weird explosion stuff, then... okay, and Kyogre in the back makes sense, I think.
Yeah.
Especially we have Specs Thunder for the Blastoise. Okay.
Yep.
I guess we gotta be a little careful about the Rillaboom.
Yes. But Solgaleo inherently has a really good match. Like, Solgaleo is actually really strong here, I think, because it can one-shot so many things. Plus, we're finally going up against the Calyrex Shadow Rider, so maybe Flygon gets to crunch it. That would be awesome. Let's see. I'm just glad we can actually bring it out, and it's actually, I think, really solid into this matchup as well. It's the, ability to try to activate Pulse. Okay, Raichu Blastoise, that's fine.
Okay. I think double Protect here is fine, right?
Yep, love that.
And then, assuming everything goes well, just Max Quake into the Raichu, Tailwind, something like that.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
The main question here is, like, Blastoise will probably look towards Gigantamaxing. Yep, and so, like, Cannonade is kind of annoying to deal with right now.
Yeah.
And Raichu obviously has Lightning Rod as well. would be interesting is if they like tried to snipe off Whimsicott with the fake out Hailstorm on turn 1, because then you would break a potential Sash on Raichu, making turn 2 a lot easier for us. Because then it's like Tailwind Quake, bring in Flygon, Bulldoze, Max Lightning, Blastoise potentially. But Wakamberry is also a decently common item on Blastoise, so that's one thing we'll want to watch out for here.
Yeah.
I think we also could have explored the opportunity of like Dynamaxing Solgaleo and just Quaking on turn 1, because like Cannonade here is going to do a fair amount of residual damage with Protect, and if they so we see if they go for it. Okay, yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't look like much damage, but between the amount they do through Protect plus the residual, it actually adds up like a decent amount pre-Dynamax. But I think we're still in okay shape, honestly. Yeah, like
that would
kind of a third of our health immediately.
But now we can max Quake here and just Tailwind, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so my only question, like, right now is the items on Raichu and Blastoise. Sometimes you run Assault Vest, sometimes you run Focus Sash. They do have a Calyrex Shadow Rider on their team, so Calyrexes really like to run Sash, right? And you can only, like, Raichu and Calyrex, when I see them, I always think their first item is Sash, but only one of those can actually run it. So that's one of the questions right now. Okay, that's really
fine.
Good for us.
I'll
take that. Yeah.
So that means they're probably going to go for Hailstorm, would be my guess.
Yeah, I'm just like, because we had Protected last turn, so I feel like, unless you're not Sashed here, right? Like, if they're not Sashed, that makes a lot of sense. If you're Sashed, they waste an opportunity to maybe go for Nuzzle, but...
No Sash.
Okay.
So that means there's Sash definitely on the Calyrex, so we'll keep that in mind.
Yep. But this is looking pretty nice for a Flygon, Solgaleo, Kyogre endgame, if you ask me.
They just go for Cannonade again. Okay. That's nothing.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, the special defense boost is so good for us here. Okay, not bad.
Okay.
As long as we got 1 HP on Solgaleo, that's all that we need. So even though we've taken a fair amount of damage, like, you know, we've gotten the special defense boost, which is really good. We've gotten speed control, which is really good.
Interesting. Okay, we got the speed control. So I'm just wondering whether it's worth it to kill Zacian. Like, so I think we activate our own weakness policy here.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
The fling strat. Yep.
I could see that. So it doesn't look like Cannonade, especially if we get the Max Quake. Cannonade's not going to kill here.
Yeah, not close.
So I think it's relatively safe to Quake Zacian, even if they protect, and then Fling.
Love that. Perfect.
All right. Anything else that Blastoise can do? I don't think so. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And
it's like,
it's going to do so much damage into Zacian. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, this is a scenario where, yes, like, the Protect here is super obvious, but it's still so safe to go for this because, 1, we get a ton of damage through the Protect, right? Which is excellent. Yeah. And 2, because we get the special defense boost, we'll definitely survive Blastoise, Cannonade plus the residual damage. So, okay, maybe you target Solgaleo. Sure, that's fine. If you target Whimsicott, even better for us. That's a free switch. And since, like, they keep ignoring Whimsicott, we could also angle for this, like, late game, maybe even set up a second Tailwind with the Whimsicott to really ensure that we can beat the, like, Calyrex pretty easily. But that did 50%, right?
Yeah.
That's such a worthwhile trade for us.
Amazing.
And the thing is, I expect Blastoise to often carry Wakamberry, right? And so if you have it, I don't even expect the Max Lightning to KO. So at that point, it's like, we're not getting a knockout. What's the point?
Yeah. Oh, that did
and
nothing.
They target Whimsicott.
Beautiful.
Right, cool.
Oh, because it was Whimsicott. I missed that.
Yep.
Okay. Great. So now that thing is out of Gigantamax. So now we could opt for the kill. I guess the issue is that Zacian can still... Well, we've got Flygon. And it's probably Calyrex in the back, right? So actually... We probably... Wait, when is our Tailwind over? In 2 turns, dang. So does it ever make sense to switch Whimsicott out?
Yes, exactly.
And just kill Zacian, maybe?
Love that, yes.
Yeah. Or feint it. I I think Flygon's the least useful here, so I'm good with sacking Flygon here. Yeah.
I think it's fine, especially because they might be inclined to still go for a target on a Solgaleo, and if they do, then we can actually bulldoze. And then a single bulldoze means we don't even need Tailwind anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Water Spout can just finish things off. So I like this a lot. You can see the beauty, right? Like Solgaleo, what it really wants to do is move before its opponent, and obviously have the weakness policy boost, right? So because we were able to get both up in this game, it's really, really good for us. Okay.
I know bulldoze makes sense, but I kind of really want to crunch the
Oh, it's Dark Pulse.
Interesting.
Okay, yeah, for very minimal damage. I actually think crunch is fine right now.
Well, because we've got Tailwind, right? So
yeah.
Sure, it's not a 4v1, but yeah, let's go for crunch. Yeah, I think that's fun. Plus, now that we're not Dynamax, Bulldoze might... I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because it's for Kyogre, right?
Mm-hmm.
But...
I actually do want to think about this turn just really quickly with you, because I think like there's still the potential for them to win. I'm also scared of Calyrex having Trick Room. Just somewhat uncommon, but could exist. Is there any more Cannonade turns? I think we stalled it out, right?
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Okay, good. So with that, it means that the Blastoise is in a tricky position. You can't knock out both Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Trick Room is my main fear here, but if you Trick Room, you'd have to open yourself up to getting attack, right? So I like the Earthquake option here. It's guaranteed damage. I think that's fine.
And we've still got one more turn of Tailwind.
Yes, exactly.
Do we have a defense boost? We don't. I'm worried that Tailwind kills here. Or
yeah, so I'm down
kills
for
here.
Crunch. I think Crunch here is okay. Yeah. Into Calyrex. Plus, if they don't protect, that'd be so satisfying to just see Crunch come out. Protect. That's okay, though. That's still totally okay. Okay.
Let's see how much this does.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. That was a ton.
Wow. Okay. Oh.
Ooh, they target Flygon. Okay.
That's
fine.
Yeah, that just lost them the game.
I think so. Exactly.
I mean, we always win this. We just set up Tailwind and then Water
exactly.
Spout,
Like
but...
basically, like their only way to win if it would be to like set up Trick Room here, right? But okay, Calyrex Astral Barrage is sure. Then Whimsicott Kyogre comes out.
Yeah.
And it's just Tailwind plus Water Spout. Flygon delivering the crunch though. You love to see it. And they just Astral Barrage. Beautiful.
What about priority Astral Barrage into no, I don't know. Wow, Flygon takes that too.
I was gonna say, don't give them any ideas, man. This Pokemon's already broken enough. I don't need to see priority from it. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I think like you just have to play really cautiously around Lake and Calyrex Shadow Rider. You want to assume it's Focus Sash, and you want to cover for it sweeping everything with Astral Barrage, because we don't have any Ghost Resistance or immunities here, so like it can actually put in a lot of work. So the first thing you want to cover for is that, and then the second thing you want to cover for is Trick Room. Which in this case wouldn't help them that much, right? But if we were to set up Tailwind and then they Trick Room, that could be really bad, right? So like preventing those kind of mind games is ideally what we want. And even though we give up both Pokemon, now we're in the perfect spot to just click Tailwind. Yep. And you can end it with the Spec Spout.
All right. It's always good to end on a win.
Absolutely. I mean, these games were awesome. Like, I feel like if I couldn't have asked for any better ones. We got to feature the Fling strategy multiple times. Flygon came out in 2 of the games and was really critical for, speed control, or for getting the Bulldoze off. And then here, being able to put Calyrex down to 1 HP guaranteed is honestly really nice. And make sure it's in KO range from the Kyogre. And yeah, we got to feature almost all the strats on this team. So couldn't have asked for a better rung of 4 games, man. Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you so much for doing this as well, Aaron. You want to just, for people watching on my channel, just do a little spiel about you. I'll do something in the beginning, but you can plug yourself here too as well.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you so much to Flygon for having me on. Like, I literally discovered his content a few months ago. It was, I think, the baby Nuzlocke, and I don't watch very much Pokemon content myself, but I tuned in and I was like, this is awesome. Like, it was just so well done. It's the kind of content that I personally really like to consume. So I've been a big fan. It's such an honor to be on the channel. And to me, it makes me really happy to, see so many amazing people within Pokemon who maybe aren't familiar with VGC getting more into it. And Flygon's got so many fundamentals down. Like, he'll be humble, but I've been really impressed by him. So I'm excited to train with him, especially when Scarlet and Violet come out. But it's been an honor. I, of course, make Pokemon content pretty much daily on my channel, Cybertron VGC. I compete in tournaments, I commentate tournaments, and do a little bit of everything. So yeah, if you're looking to learn VGC, hopefully you can see me as a resource. But this has been an absolute blast, and I'm so happy about the games we had here. Like, they were honestly amazing. So thank you so much for having me on, man.
Yeah, it's super kind words. I really appreciate it, man. When I started content creation, you were like a huge source of inspiration. So I'm doing my best not to fanboy out, keeping it professional. But seriously, go check out Aaron, Cybertron Zheng, if you haven't already for some reason. Great content. Really awesome dude. All right.